Hello guys, in this video we are going to see how can we create our first workflow in Airflow. So as we have been following different configuration and installation tutorials and videos regarding Airflow, we created our basic deck as well. In this video we are going to advance ourselves a little and we will go towards making our own workflows, and it will be a very basic that could be grasped by any beginner. So let's start. So first of all, I have imported this DAG from this Airflow package, and the other two things that I need to import are Airflow from airflow.operator.bash package. We need to import this bash operator, uh, and then I imported this function. Now let's create our deck with deck. Let me put some arguments here. Okay, so this is our DAG ID. We need to assign a DAG ID to every DAG that we create in our Airflow. So it should be a unique ID. So hello DAG, and we see this on Airflow user interface as well. So we assign it to every DAG. So this is a general rule, and you can put any value here that is easy for you to remember. Then we are uh, passing this start date, and as we are uh, doing this tutorial today, so I have put the date for today. Our deck should start working from today. Now this is a schedule interval, and uh, these are default arguments. For example, if our task fails, then how many times it should retry and reattempt to do that task. We can put 0 here. Let's say 0. So it won't attempt uh, for any task that fails. It just directly fails the entire workflow in that case. So let's say now, to understand this schedule interval, let's go to this website, crontab Guru. Now if we can put here all the stars first of all. Now there are 5 values with a space between each. The first one defines the minute, second one defines the hour, third is for the day of the month, fourth for the month number, and fifth and this one is the day of the week. Okay, so for example, if I put 1 here, now it will run every hour, every day of the month, every month, and every day of the week at the first minute. This is a little confusing, and you can play with it. For example, if I put 1 here, now it will run every day. Now, star means every. Okay, star means every. So every day of the month, every month, and every day of the week, it should run at 1 hour and 1 minute. Okay, whenever it is 1 hour and 1 minute, then it will run all these days of the month, months, and days of the week. You can do a little brain science to solve it out, and we can play with different values, and this website is good for it. Now if we want to run every minute, then what we do is we put a slash here and type 1 again. It will run every minute from 1 through 15 Hz. So it will run or approximately 60 times in a minute this way. And you can read these signs here. There is a slash sign, there is a range sign, separator, and different. You can play with these, and I will do a separate video on this on this website and this cron tab syntax, which is a little tricky, and we will do in detail. So for now, I have explained you briefly what it is, so we can work. Now I have put here, it should put schedule interval. It will give a 1 minute delay of between each run of the DAG. Okay, so if we put only one here, it will run at 1 minute every hour, every month, as we discussed. Now, when I put slash and one here, it will run every minute, and it will have a delay, a schedule interval. So it will give a 1 minute. It will run after every minute, you can say. So now catch up is a little complex thing which I don't want to explain right now. Right? Let's move directly to our task creation process, which is our main thing. Now let's create our first task. Now we create a bash operator, uh, and we provide and we add this task ID to it. And our bash command is echo task one runs. Okay. Now let's see how it looks like on Airflow. Let's sign in. Now we need to run this DAG. As you can see, hello DAG is our ID here, which is shown here as a name for this DAG. Let's run it and open this on a new tab. Now, as you can see, this is running. Now it shows success. And if we go to log, it should print this out, task one runs. Now let's add more tasks. We did this before as well, but now we are advancing a little bit more to understand how workflows work. We worked with tasks already. So I have added few more tasks. Task 1, task 2, task 3, and task 4. And if we refresh it, you can see we have these 4 tasks that should be running simultaneously at a time. As we have a schedule interval, so it might take a little to run all these. Okay, you can see all these are running. But what if we want to run one task after another task and after another task? There is a thing called upstream and downstream. We are not going into the technical science. We are going to. Okay, so we type these two angle brackets after task one. For example, if we want to run, get our first task run uh, at the very start of the DAG, and then after that we want our second task to run, and after that we want our third task to run, and same for the fourth. Now it will create a workflow rather than running them individually and simultaneously. It will create a workflow for us. Okay, let's save it and let's wait a little. It should refresh. Now you can see all these tasks will run one after another. For example, task one, once the task one succeeds, it will run task two. And once it is succeeded, then it will go to third, then fourth. Now, if you want to change the workflow, what we can do is we want to run task 2 and 3 together after the task one. So what we can do, we add comma and we wrap both of these tasks into these brackets. This would mean run task one, and after running the task one, run task two and task three together. And after running these two tasks, run this fourth task. So if we see the workflow now, okay, so this is how the workflow in Airflow works. Now you can see here there are things adding one by one. Now let's refresh it. And if we see here, task one and logs, task one runs, and same for, let's say, task four. It says task four runs. Now let's make an error. We add the syntax error in task four, let's say, and let's refresh now. Okay, it should fail. It should fail the task four. Let's refresh it. Okay, this one. Okay, you can see when we select this latest uh, DAG run, then it shows that task 4 failed. Let's see why. As we know, we have created the syntax error. Okay, command exited with random written code and ECH command not found. As we converted echo to ECH, so it produced an error. So this is how we can create our basic Airflow uh, workflow, and we can do a lot of things, and you can play with different uh, use cases where you can put task one before or after, and you can do a little bit of your playing with this, with all of these. And in the future videos, I will come up with something more about these bash operator. And finally, we will learn the architecture of Airflow, because now we have seen it with our eyes practically first, and now if we go towards the understanding of it, we can understand better than before. Unlike I explain you the theory first and then show you, then you can't make that connection. But now as you have seen this, now you will understand things more better in theoretics. So this was my way of teaching. So this is it for this video. For the next video, I will come with something exciting, more with more exciting thing about the Airflow. So for then, uh stay tuned. Thank you.